Exploratory time, or ET, is a time that we have 3 times per year where you will get to pick some type of activity that will occur on Thursdays for 5 sessions. This is meant to be a time where you're with students in other grade levels, with teachers you may not have had yet. You may not ever have them. So it's a time to meet, mingle, kind of step out of all of the learning that you're doing in all of your classes and have a little fun. So let's look at what ET is. At Dorseyville, we've had ET for many years. We've taken breaks, we've done versions of it, and ET made its comeback we've had 3 sessions or 3 years of ET, and we are back at it this 4th year. So everyone in the building, at least 8th and 7th graders, have had ET. So if you know some high schoolers, they have been at Dorseyville with ET, or maybe you know someone that went to Dorseyville back in the 1900s, and they probably had some version of ET as well. So what are our options in ET? So you as a student have all different kinds of classes in unified arts throughout the day, and now maybe you want to explore something more sports related. Maybe you enjoy reading or writing. Maybe you like some kind of versions of games that occur, or even, card games. Maybe chess is your thing, some type of musical interest. Maybe you like crafting, or maybe you just like socializing with people you haven't really had the opportunity to meet yet. So with ET at our school, there's about 1,000 of you and a little over 70 plus teachers. And with that, each of those teachers is going to offer an ET. That's going to give about, give or take a few, we try to think about ET as trying to have about 15 spots. And they're limited per grade. So you will have, or hopefully have, close to about 5 6th graders, 5 7th graders, 5 8th graders. I'd love to say this always works out perfectly. And sometimes it might be a little less, sometimes it might be a little bit more. So how does this work? Well, after this video, or maybe you're doing it right now if you already know what ET is, you're going to head on over to Schoology and you're going to browse your choices. You'll receive by team a specific day to complete a form. Then eventually you'll receive your assignments. You'll attend your 5 sessions, and then you'll repeat that process. So first things first, once you head over to Schoology, you can start browsing. You'll see the title of the ET, and then you will see a brief description about what you would be doing. If I had any advice for you or any kind of how to be prepared, make a plan. Look through the descriptions, look through the ET choices, take paper, pencil notes, put them in a note on your iPad, but you want to have a plan of your first choice, second choice, third choice, because it's not always going to be available. Remember, there's only 5 per your grade level. So let's look at a dates overview. So our first ET sessions will be, you will be scheduling those in September. And then your sessions will be in October, November. You will schedule in November And I know that seems like for ETs in January and February, just we have a lot going on and there's a lot of behind the scenes work that people do. So we have to kind of get those scheduled early. And then in January, you will pick ETs again, and those will occur in February and March. So we have session 1, October, with one date in November. Session 2, when we get back from winter break, we will have mostly January, a little bit of February. And then session 3, we'll have February and all the way through March. Get us basically to spring break. So how do you schedule? So for session 1 on September 10th, all the A teams will schedule. And then the next day, the B teams will schedule during home base. And then the C teams will schedule. Then when we have time, or we move on to session 2, the B teams will schedule first, then the C teams, then the A teams. And then for session 3, the C teams, the A, and then the B. Just want to go over some frequently asked questions. What ET should I pick? If I could give you any piece of advice, it is pick an ET that interests you, not your friends. If you pick something you are interested in doing or something you enjoy, I guarantee you're going to enjoy ET a lot more than trying to schedule an ET with 2 friends, 3 friends. Pick something you're going to like and you're going to learn about it. And enjoy an opportunity where you get to meet and mingle with different people. What happens if I don't know anyone in my ET? That's kind of the reason we do ET, is for you to experience and gain, to meet new people at Dorseyville. A lot of times because we're on teams, which is great, but we don't get to really see other kids in other places. So part of ET is having the chance to meet new faces at DMS. The ET I wanted is gone from all of the choices. Remember, they are limited. Also, be very, very careful as you're scheduling because things will go away. So it might, if you're trying to do it really quick and you're selecting something, please make sure it's there and make sure your form processes. Will the same ET choices be offered each session? That's kind of dependent upon what the teacher is doing for ET. We have many teachers that do the same ET all 3 sessions. We also have teachers that are doing a lot more outdoor things in the first session versus obviously in the middle of January, we're not going outside as much. However, if the weather is not too bad, you do have people going outside for some of the ETs on session 2 and session 3. How will I know where to report for ET? Great. You will receive an email that will tell you your location. Your home-based teachers will also post a schedule so you will know that lists what room, where you're to report, the color of the hallway. All of that will be taken care of, and you will receive that the week of ET. All right. I would spend the rest of home-based time planning for your first ET session. You will find that in Schoology.